After ordering your hoop, you will want to coordinate an installation date with one of our preferred installers. Once your hoop gets delivered, then you will want to schedule an installation date.
Hi.
Hey,
How are you?
good. Here to install your hoop.
Amazing. Oh my gosh, we've been waiting for so long.
Oh, I bet.
The kids are going to be so excited.
For sure.
Let me show you where we're going to set up.
Once you have determined a location, please consider the following. Dig area free from any underground utilities. Contact DigSafe or 811 to have underground utilities checked prior to digging. This is a free service and highly recommended if the install is in the front yard. The first phase consists of digging an adequate hole and pouring concrete for a solid foundation. These are the basic tools needed for the first phase. You will need a spade shovel, a square shovel, a digging bar for tough soils and rocks, a broom for cleaning up the work area, a concrete mixing bin, or possibly a wheelbarrow, an adjustable wrench for the anchor kit assembly, 2-foot level and a 1-foot level to ensure your form and anchor kit is level, and a trowel for the clean professional look. For a solid and safe installation, you will need a minimum of 700 pounds of concrete. Making a form out of 2x4s will help give your installation an aesthetically pleasing look. Start by cutting up an 8-foot board into 4 pieces. Try to make the footing around 20 inches square. Picking a location. Lay out your form in a chosen area. Cut around the form and pry up the grass so that the form sits inside the cutout. Start digging a hole to the specified dimensions of 18 inches wide and around 40 inches in depth. Be careful of the first 18 inches of digging, as irrigation lines may be in the path of the hole. Make sure the bottom of the hole is wider than the top, kinda like an elephant's foot. Once the hole is complete, place the form back in place and level. Anchor kit assembly. Thread all the nuts and J-bolts in the install template. Tighten the nuts with an adjustable wrench. When complete, it should look like this. Start mixing concrete. Each bag of 60-pound concrete uses about a gallon of water per bag. Make sure the concrete is wet enough like oatmeal consistency, but not too runny. Once you pour the concrete close to the top, place the 4 rebar in the hole and make sure they are below the level of the concrete. Using a finishing trowel, vibrate the trowel up and down to get rid of any air bubbles. Smooth out the top and then place your anchor kit inside the form. As the concrete sits, water will squeeze up to the top. Let stand for a bit and evaporate. Once you see a lot of the moisture release, use the trowel again and smooth out. Save the grass cutout, as it is good to use when the form is removed. It can be cut into strips to fill in the void from the form. Using a broom, clean up the workspace and the first phase of the install is complete. Welcome to the second phase of the installation. It is highly recommended to have one of our preferred installers to install your hoop. This will ensure the hoop is installed properly and safely. Here are all the hand tools needed for the second phase of the installation of your hoop. Socket sizes and wrench sizes: 27mm, 24mm, 19mm, and 14mm. If you do not have these sizes, then an adjustable wrench or channel locks will work for larger bolts. Phillips screwdriver, rubber mallet, 2-foot level, a 1-foot level, material lift with a constructed platform to hold the backboard into place, a ladder, and ratchet straps. Hoop parts. We have laid out all the parts to verify that we have everything needed in order to assemble the hoop. All the bolts are properly labeled. It's best to lay them out with each part to ensure the right bolts will go in the right place. Leveling out the base bolts. Start by loosening the nuts on the anchor bolts. Make sure 4 nuts and 4 washers are on before putting on the pole. These 4 nuts will be adjustment points later to level out the hoop. Place a 2-foot level across and adjust the nuts so that the nuts are level from front to back and side to side. Placing the pole onto the base bolts. Lift the pole onto the base bolts. On each bolt, place a washer, then a lock washer, and then a nut. Tighten all 4 nuts. Lower arm assembly. When installing the lower arm, make sure the protection pads are facing up. Lift the arm up and over the pole from the top. Out of the 3 holes, place the bolts into the hole closest to the front of the pole. Once bolt is through, put in the safety pin to rest in place. Spring assist assembly. Place the sleeve into the top portion of the spring assembly. Place the correct bolt into the middle hole on the extension arm. Then lift up the spring into place. Slide the bolt through and place a washer and nut. Adjustable actuator assembly. Attach the handle with the pin onto the actuator. Place the bolt into the rear hole. Bring the top portion of the actuator and slide the bolt through. Turn the handle counterclockwise to extend the actuator so that it reaches the holes into the holes in the rear of the pole. Now that the actuator is attached to the lower arms, raise the arms by turning the handle clockwise. This will bring down the spring assembly so that it will make it easier to put it in the bolt at the bottom of the spring assembly. Tighten all the bolts with a 24mm socket, then tighten the last bolt with a 27mm socket. Upper arm assembly. Lift arm with bolt into top hole at the top of the pole. Make sure you place plastic spacers between the arms and the pole. Pull the safety pin out. Make sure all the bolts and nuts are tightened. Once done, turn the handle counterclockwise to lower the arms all the way down. Feeding cable through the pole. Feed the cable into the pole so that it goes down into the base of the pole. Screw in the cover with the 4 machine screws. Once it reaches the base cutout, plug into the box. Backboard assembly. Unbox the backboard to ensure that everything is in good condition. With 2 people, place the backboard onto a material lift. As demonstrated in this install video, a custom wooden platform was made. This helps to balance the backboard. It is secured to the platform with ratchet straps. For a safer installation, it is highly recommended to have another person to ensure the backboard stays put. Once the backboard is secured to the lift, crank up the lift to the appropriate height. Place the bolt through the arm and the backboard bracket, reaching the other side of the arm. Place washer and nut and tighten. Upper arm to backboard. With the lift still under the backboard, grab the upper arm and swing it up towards the top arm bracket. Place the bolt with washer and spacer and 1 spacer in between the arm and bracket. Do the same to both sides and tighten with a 19mm socket and wrench. Rim assembly. With 2 people, 1 holding the rim into place, insert the 4 carriage bolts through the hole inserts, while the other person puts the washers and nuts on from the backside. Do not tighten at this point. Leveling the hoop. Place a level on the underside of the backboard to ensure the hoop is level from side to side. Also, place a level on the face of the backboard to ensure the hoop is level from front to back. If the hoop is not level, adjust the base bolts accordingly so that it is level. Once you have determined the hoop is level, then level the rim and tighten the rim bolts. Rim cover plate assembly. Place the rim cover and attach it with 2 machine screws. Tighten screw with a Phillips screwdriver. Plugging in the backboard to a power source. Take the power cable and plug into the backside of the backboard. Push it in until you hear a click. Remove spacer from spring assist. You may discard this piece. Raise the hoop to 10 feet. Then measure the hoop to ensure it reaches a 10-foot mark. Plug the hoop into an installed outlet, or you can use an extension cord to the nearest outlet.
The unit will turn on, and the smiles will begin to show.
Your hoop installation is now complete. Download the app and enjoy all the available Hoop features, like shot tracking, on-demand training, streaming videos, and competing with your friends all around the world.